I came home to find my property flooded with sewage. Not an accident, deliberate sabotage. The HOA president did this because I refused to evacuate my home so she could throw a private party here. I said no. So she destroyed my septic system, red-tagged my property, and is now offering to buy my $440,000 house for $165,000. She thinks I'm broken, desperate, ready to surrender everything I built. She has no idea what's coming. What you're about to see is the most satisfying takedown of a corrupt HOA tyrant ever documented. Hidden cameras catching sabotage in real time. FBI raids. A $2.3 million fraud empire exposed. 12 families she destroyed. And a prison sentence that went viral nationwide. This story gets absolutely insane. Stay until the end. The justice is beautiful. And comment where you're watching from, because I need to know how widespread HOA corruption really is in your area. I'm standing on my deck at 6:47 a.m. with coffee going cold in my hands. The mist is rolling off the lake like something out of a movie. Pine trees black against purple sky. Mountains cutting sharp lines through the dawn. 20 acres of pure silence. Pure peace. 43 years old. Finally divorced. Finally free. This property cost me everything I had. 15 years as a construction foreman. 60-hour weeks. Bleeding knuckles and broken equipment, and jobs that paid just enough to keep saving. Every dollar went into this dream. The cabin is 1940s original. I restored it myself. Hand-cut beams. Stone fireplace built by someone's grandfather 70 years ago. I replaced every board. Every nail. Every window. This isn't just a house. It's proof I made it. Then I hear gravel crunching in my driveway. Black luxury SUV. Spotless. The kind that costs more than I make in 6 months. Woman steps out. Mid-50s. Yoga fit. Designer sunglasses. Clipboard. That smile. The kind that doesn't reach the eyes. She's walking toward me like she owns the place. Good morning, she calls out. Too cheerful. Too bright. You must be the new owner. I'm Donna, HOA president for Lakeside Estates. Welcome to the community. My stomach drops. There's no HOA here, I say. My voice sounds far away. I checked. Before I bought. I made sure. Her laugh is sharp. Cold. Like ice cracking. Oh, there is now? We incorporated last month. It's all very exciting. We're really elevating the standards around here. She hands me a folder. Thick. Official looking. I open it. Rules. Restrictions. Paint color approvals. Lawn maintenance schedules. Architectural guidelines. Approved materials lists. Your monthly dues are $450, Donna says. Still smiling. First payment is due in 2 weeks. I'm scanning the pages. My hands are shaking. Your deck doesn't meet our specifications, she continues, pointing at the railing I built. The one I spent 3 weekends perfecting. Railing height is 2 inches below code. You'll need to rebuild. This is 2 code, I say. County code. I pulled the permits myself. HOA code supersedes county code. It's in the bylaws. Page 17. She's pointing at my truck now. My work truck. The one with my company name on the side. Commercial vehicles aren't permitted on residential properties. That needs to be removed. You can keep it at a storage facility. I need that truck for work. I need it every single morning at 5 a.m. You have 30 days to address these violations, Donna says. Her voice is different now. Harder. After that, we begin fining. $200 per day per violation. She's already walking back to her SUV. Wait, I start. Welcome to Lakeside Estates, she says over her shoulder. We're so glad to have you here. Her taillights disappear down the road. I'm standing there holding this folder. This weapon. These rules I never agreed to. The coffee mug slips from my hand. Shatters on the deck. How is this legal? How did I miss this? What did I just buy into? And why do I feel like I just walked into a trap I'll never escape? 3 days later, I'm sitting in the county clerk's office with sweat soaking through my shirt. The clerk is ancient. Glasses thick as windshields. She slides the documents across the counter. HOA incorporation date is August 3rd, she says. Your property closing was August 19th. My closing was after they formed the HOA. I'm trapped. The documents are real. Legally filed. Properly executed. 6 homeowners signed. Donna's signature is first. Big. Bold. Like she was excited. I call a lawyer that afternoon. Good one. Friend of a friend. Charges $300 just to talk. He reads through everything for 40 minutes. Doesn't say a word. Just reads. Finally, he looks up. This is enforceable, he says. You bought property within HOA boundaries after incorporation. That makes you subject to all rules and bylaws. I didn't know. Doesn't matter legally. The HOA existed when you signed the deed. That's binding. How much to fight this? He leans back. Studies me. 30,000. Minimum. Could go to 50 if they fight hard. And they will fight hard. This HOA is extensive. Very well written. Someone paid serious money for these documents. $30,000 I don't have. I just spent everything on this property. The violations start coming like clockwork. First notice arrives certified mail. My truck must be removed from the property within 7 days. Fine schedule begins after that. $200 per day. I park it at my buddy's shop 3 miles away. Now I'm driving my 1998 sedan that barely runs. Second notice. Deck railing non-compliant. Rebuild within 14 days or face $200 daily fine. I spend a weekend tearing apart the railing I just built, rebuilding it 2 inches higher. Exact HOA specifications. Third notice. Firewood stack visible from road. Must be covered or relocated. $100 daily fine starts in 5 days. I take down my firewood rack, the one that took me 2 days to build. Stack everything in the garage instead. Fourth notice. Solar panels not architecturally consistent with community standards. Remove within 30 days. $300 daily fine. Those panels save me $150 a month on electricity. I'm hemorrhaging money. Bleeding out financially. Every week brings new violations. New demands. New threats. Fifth notice. Propane tank visible from neighboring property. Must be screened. $150 daily fine. Sixth notice. Gravel driveway not approved material. Must be paved. $500 daily fine starting in 60 days. Paving my quarter-mile driveway would cost $18,000. I sit on my deck that night, the one I rebuilt to their specifications, looking at the lake that doesn't feel like mine anymore. My phone rings. Donna. Just checking in, she says sweetly. Making sure you're staying compliant. We'd hate to start assessing fines. What do you want? My voice is dead. I want a beautiful community. I want property values protected. I want standards maintained. You want me gone. Silence. Long silence. Sell to someone who fits better here, she finally says. I know several interested buyers. I could connect you. She hangs up. I'm shaking. Furious. Terrified. How long can I survive this? What happens when the fines start? Can I even afford to stay? And why does it feel like she's just getting started? The mandatory HOA meeting is held at Donna's house. I pull up at 7 p.m. Jaw drops. This isn't a cabin. This is a mansion. 6,000 square feet of glass and stone and money. Infinity pool overlooking the lake. Professional landscaping. Outdoor kitchen bigger than my actual kitchen. The cabin, these people weekend in costs $2 million. 8 people are inside, all dressed like they're attending a country club event. Blazers, cocktail dresses, wine glasses. Then there's me. Carhartt work jacket, boots with mud still on them, hands stained with deck stain. I don't belong here. That's the point. Donna stands at the head of a marble dining table. Let's discuss property values, she begins. No greeting. No welcome. Straight to business. She clicks a remote. Projector screen drops. Spreadsheet appears. Average home value in Lakeside Estates has increased 34% in 3 years, she says. We've maintained that growth through strict standards enforcement. She clicks again. New slide. My property. My cabin. My truck in the driveway. My firewood stack before I took it down. Certain properties present challenges to our valuation goals, Donna continues. She's talking about me. Everyone's looking at me. My property is fine, I say. Voice tight. Controlled. I'm in compliance now. I've fixed everything you asked. The problem isn't compliance, Donna says. She's looking right at me. The problem is use. You're running a commercial operation from a residential property. I work construction. I leave at 5 a.m. and come home at 6 p.m. Nobody's here during the day. You park equipment. I park my truck. Once. I moved it. You have contractors visiting. I don't have anyone visiting. I live alone. Donna sets down her wine glass. Walks around the table. Stops in front of me. You're bringing down property values, she says quietly. Your presence. Your lifestyle. Your class. There it is. She doesn't want working people here. She wants exclusive. Elite. Weekend warriors who spend more on patio furniture than I make in 3 months. I'm the problem because I actually live here. Because I work with my hands. Because I don't have family money. I'm not selling, I say. Her eyes go cold. Arctic cold. We'll see about that. The meeting ends 10 minutes later. Nobody speaks to me. I'm invisible. I'm driving home when I realize something. She's not trying to enforce rules. She's trying to force me out. And she won't stop until I'm gone. 2 weeks later, the septic inspector shows up. Unannounced. Says someone reported a sewage smell. He inspects everything. Finds nothing wrong. System is perfect. But the complaints keep coming. Every week. Anonymous reports. Suspicious odors. Alleged violations. Health concerns. They're building a case. Creating a paper trail. Manufacturing justification. What's coming next? How far will she go? Should I run now before it gets worse? And why do I feel like the real attack hasn't even started yet? Late August. Sun setting over the mountains. Gold and crimson bleeding across the lake. I'm on the deck when I hear her SUV. Donna steps out. Different tonight. Confident. Almost excited. Evening, she calls. Walking up like we're friends. Like she hasn't been torturing me for months. I don't invite her up. We talk from the driveway. I have wonderful news, she says. The HOA has selected your property to host our annual fall gala. I stare at her. What? It's tradition. We rotate host homes each year. This year, you've been selected. October 12th. It's quite an honor. No. I'm sorry. No. Absolutely not. Her smile doesn't move. It's not optional. It's in the bylaws. Article 7, Section 3. Each property must host community events when selected by the board. You just wrote those bylaws. 4 months ago. Doesn't matter when they were written. They're binding. You agreed to them when you purchased within HOA boundaries. I'm not hosting your party. Donna pulls out her phone. Starts scrolling. Reading. 80 guests. Catered dinner. Live band. We'll need access to your entire property. The lawn. The lake. The deck. Oh, and you'll need to vacate for the weekend. Friday through Sunday. The caterers need space to set up. My blood is pounding in my ears. You want me to leave my home so you can throw a party here? It's your obligation as a member. Get off my property. Her smile finally drops. Refusal to host constitutes a violation. $500 per day until you comply. Additionally, the HOA will assess you for the costs of relocating the event to an alternate venue. Current estimates are around $15,000. You're insane. I'm following the rules, she says. Too calm. Too controlled. You signed the deed. You accepted HOA membership. You are bound by these bylaws. She hands me a printed document. Event requirements. Setup schedule. Vendor access times. You have 48 hours to confirm, she says. After that, the fines begin. And trust me, they accumulate quickly. She drives away. I'm standing in my driveway holding this paper. This insane demand. This violation of everything. I call my lawyer. It's 8 p.m. He answers anyway. I explain the situation. He goes quiet. She's right, he finally says. Legally, the bylaws do allow community events on member properties. It's unusual, but it's enforceable. So I have to let 80 strangers onto my property and leave for the weekend? Or pay the fines? Or fight it in court? Which costs more money? I hang up. I'm not doing it. I don't care about the fines. I don't care about the legal threats. This is my home. My sanctuary. My dream. They're not taking it. But 48 hours later, I realize something terrible. Donna isn't going to accept my refusal. She's going to punish it. The morning of October 11th, I'm at a job site 40 miles away, framing a new house. Hammer in hand. Sun beating down. My phone rings. Unknown number. You need to get home, a voice says. My neighbor Frank. Old guy. Retired engineer. Lives a mile down the road. What's wrong? His voice cracks. Just get home. Now. I drop everything. Run to my truck. Drive 90 miles an hour down mountain roads. I smell it 5 minutes before I see it. Sewage. What's waiting for me at home? How bad is it? Did she really do what I think she did? And how am I supposed to survive what's coming next? The smell hits me half a mile from my property. Thick. Rancid. Choking. I roll up the windows. Doesn't help. It's seeping through the vents, making my eyes water. I turn onto my driveway, and my stomach drops. Raw sewage. Everywhere. The lake access path, completely flooded. Brown sludge 3 inches deep. My lawn soaked. Saturated. The grass dying in real time. My deck. The one I rebuilt twice to their specifications, dripping with liquid filth. There's a pumper truck in my driveway. White. Industrial. HOA logo on the door. Donna's standing beside it with 2 workers in coveralls. She's got her clipboard. That smile. I slam my truck into park. Jump out. What did you do? Septic emergency, Donna says calmly, like she's discussing the weather. Your system failed catastrophically. We detected the issue during a routine inspection and responded immediately per HOA emergency protocols. I didn't call you. I didn't authorize this. Article 12, Section 4. HOA maintenance services are authorized to respond to environmental hazards without owner permission. It's for community protection. One of the workers is coiling a discharge hose. There's sewage everywhere. My property looks like a disaster zone. Your system failed, Donna repeats. We had to pump it. Unfortunately, the discharge valve malfunctioned during the emergency pump. Hence the mess. You sabotaged my system. She leans close. Close enough I can smell her perfume mixing with the sewage stench. Prove it, she whispers. The workers finish loading the truck. Drive away. Donna lingers, looking at my property, my ruined lawn, my contaminated deck. You'll need professional remediation, she says. Hazmat certified. County Health Department will probably red tag this. You're looking at, oh, 30 to 40,000 in cleanup costs. Get off my property. I'm just trying to help. I know a remediation company. I could make a call. Get out. She walks to her SUV, stops, turns back. You should have hosted the party, she says. This could have been avoided. She drives away. I'm standing in sewage. My own sewage. On my own property. The smell is unbearable. I'm gagging. Eyes streaming. A county vehicle pulls up 30 minutes later. Health Department. Inspector steps out with a tablet and a mask. Anonymous complained about sewage discharge, he says. Not looking at me. Just walking around. Taking photos. Making notes. The HOA did this. I'm just here to assess public health risk. 15 minutes later, he hands me a notice. Red tag. Property uninhabitable until full remediation completed and reinspection passed. You can't stay here, he says. Sewage contamination is a serious health hazard. You need professional cleanup. Estimated cost is $30,000 to $40,000. He leaves. I'm alone, standing in filth. My home condemned. My dream destroyed. I have $2,400 in my bank account. I don't have $35,000. I don't have anywhere to go. I sit on my truck tailgate, head in my hands, and I break. Actually break down. Crying. Shaking. Defeated. She won. Donna won. She destroyed me. I'll have to sell. Take whatever offer she makes. Walk away with nothing. 15 years of work. Gone. Because I wouldn't host her party. My phone buzzes. Text message. Donna. Remediation companies are expensive. I know buyers who purchase properties as is. Could save you the headache. Let me know if you want an introduction. I'm staring at that message when another text comes through. Frank. Don't do anything yet. Meet me tomorrow. I found something. What did he find? Is there any hope left? Can I actually fight back? Or should I just surrender and end this nightmare before it gets worse? I'm sleeping in my truck at a rest stop when Frank calls. 4:47 a.m. Sun not up yet. Phone vibrating on the dashboard. Meet me at Rosie's Diner, Frank says. Half hour. I've been up all night. You need to see this. Rosie's is a local place. Truckers and construction workers. Coffee thick as motor oil. Frank's already in a back booth when I arrive. Papers spread everywhere. Laptop open. He looks exhausted. Excited. Your septic system didn't fail, he says before I even sit down. I checked the county records last night. Your system was professionally inspected 18 months ago. Perfect condition. Modern aerobic system with backup pump. That doesn't fail in 18 months. Then how? Someone manually opened the cleanout valve. Probably the night before the pump truck arrived. Let it overflow onto your property. Then they called in the emergency response to document the failure they created. He slides photos across the table. County inspection records. Technical specifications. System diagrams. I was a civil engineer for 30 years, Frank says. I know infrastructure. I know septic systems. This was deliberate sabotage. Evidence. Finally, real evidence. There's more, Frank says. I couldn't sleep after I figured that out. So I started digging into public records. County property transfers. Business filings. HOA financial documents. which are public record in our state. He opens his laptop, pulls up a spreadsheet. Donna doesn't just want you gone. She wants your property. Look, the spreadsheet shows property transactions in Lakeside Estates. Going back 5 years. 8 properties purchased by an LLC called Lakeside Development Partners. All purchased at 40 to 60% below market value. All purchased after the owners were buried in HOA violations and fines. The LLC owner is listed at the bottom. Donna Reichert. She's been running a scheme, Frank says. Create impossible violations. Bury owners in fines. Force them to sell cheap. Buy the properties through her LLC. Then either flip them or hold them for development. He pulls up another document. Development proposal submitted to the county 2 months ago. Request to subdivide lakefront parcels for luxury condominiums. My property is highlighted. Flagged as key acquisition target. She needs your land, Frank says. Your parcel has the best lake access in the development. Premium view. Direct waterfront. Without your property, her development plan doesn't work. She's been systematically buying up land here for years. Yours is the last piece. Everything clicks into place. The HOA formation right after I bought. The immediate violations. The escalating harassment. The party demand. The sewage attack. It was never about rules. It was about forcing me out so she could steal my property and make millions developing it. I'm not just a nuisance. I'm an obstacle to her fortune. How many others? I ask. I found 4 so far. Former owners who sold to her LLC after being destroyed by violations. I got phone numbers for 3 of them. Frank slides me a list. Names. Numbers. Sale prices. Call them, he says. Get their stories. Document everything. I'm not sad anymore. I'm not defeated. I'm angry. What do? I ask. We build a case, Frank says. We prove she's running a criminal enterprise. And we take her down. For the first time in months, I feel something besides fear. I feel hope. But can we actually prove this? Will anyone believe us? Do we have enough evidence? And what happens when Donna realizes we're coming for her? Frank becomes my secret weapon. We meet every morning at 6 a.m. His kitchen table covered in documents. Coffee going cold in mugs we forget to drink. He pulls county records, permit applications, zoning requests, development proposals, HOA financial statements, public record in our state. 2 weeks of digging, 2 weeks of building. The pattern is undeniable. Donna's LLC has purchased 8 properties in Lakeside Estates over 5 years. Every single purchase followed the same playbook. New owner moves in. HOA violations appear within weeks. Escalating fines. Impossible demands. Then mysterious property damage. Septic failures. Electrical issues. Foundation cracks. Owners get buried financially. Desperate to escape. Donna's LLC swoops in with cash offers at 50 to 60% below market value. She's made over $2.3 million doing this. My property is worth $440,000. Market value. Fair value. She's planning to offer me $180,000 after I'm drowning in remediation costs and daily fines. Frank finds more. The septic pumper truck that flooded my property? Owned by Donna's brother-in-law. Company called Rapid Response Environmental Services. He billed the HOA $8,000 for the emergency pump. The HOA, controlled by Donna, paid within 24 hours. For member dues. The health department inspector who red-tagged my property? 3 documented complaints against him for accepting bribes. Currently under investigation by the state licensing board. We have a pattern. We have financial records. We have connections. But we need more. Frank helps me track down the former owners. The ones who sold to Donna's LLC. First call. Guy named Thomas. Sold his property 2 years ago for $195,000. Market value was $410,000. She destroyed me. Thomas says over the phone. Voice shaking. HOA violations every week. Then my septic system failed. Same thing that happened to you. Sewage everywhere. I couldn't afford the cleanup. She offered cash. I took it. I had no choice. Second call. Woman named Rebecca. Sold 18 months ago. My propane tank started leaking, she says. Just randomly started leaking. The week before Donna made me an offer. Coincidence? I don't think so. But I couldn't prove anything. Third call. Man named David. Sold 3 years ago. Foundation cracks appeared overnight, he says. Structural engineer said it looked like someone had been digging around the footings, deliberately undermining them. Cost to fix? $60,000. I sold for $170,000. Lost everything. For victims. Same pattern. Same predator. I record every conversation. With permission. Document everything. Frank and I compile it into a master file. Timeline. Financial records. Witness statements. Property damage reports. Pattern analysis. We have a case. A real case. But we need the smoking gun. We need proof of active sabotage. We need to catch her in the act. She's going to come after you again, Frank says. You didn't accept her offer. You're not playing along. She'll escalate. Let her, I say. What do you mean? We set a trap. We let her think I'm beaten. Ready to sell. Then we catch her sabotaging the property. Frank stares at me. That's dangerous. So is doing nothing. We spend 3 days planning. Installing equipment. Preparing the trap. For hidden cameras. Wireless. Night vision. Motion activated. Covering my septic system, my deck, my driveway, the perimeter of my property. Cloud backup. Everything uploads automatically. Even if she finds the cameras, we keep the footage. Then I make the call. Donna answers on the second ring. I'll sell, I say. Voice defeated. Broken. You win. I can't fight anymore. I'm done. Silence. Long silence. I'm sorry it came to this, she finally says. She's not sorry. She's thrilled. Let's meet tomorrow, she says. Discuss terms. I hang up. Frank looks at me. You sure about this? She's going to make her move. And when she does, we'll have proof. But what if she's too smart? What if she suspects the trap? What if we don't catch her? And what happens if this backfires and I lose everything anyway? Donna arrives at 2 p.m. the next day. Perfect makeup. Designer clothes. That smile. We walk the property together. She's critiquing everything. The deck. The lawn. The lake access. Significant remediation needed, she says. Making notes on her tablet. The sewage contamination. The red tag. County compliance issues. I know, I say. Quiet. Defeated. We sit on the deck. The contaminated deck I haven't been able to clean properly. She pulls out a folder. Contract already prepared. I'm prepared to offer $165,000, Donna says. Cash. Close in 2 weeks. As is purchase. You walk away clean. My property is worth $440,000. She's offering less than 40%. That's low, I manage. It's fair considering the circumstances. You're looking at $35,000 minimum in remediation. Probably $50,000 with county compliance. Plus the ongoing HOA fines. You're at, what, $800 per day now? Multiple violations. She's calculated this. Every number. Every angle. You could be facing $100,000 in costs within 6 months, she continues. My offer saves you from that. You walk away with cash. Start over somewhere else. Somewhere else. Away from here. Away from her development plans. I need time to think, I say. Her face hardens. Just slightly. Just enough. You have 72 hours. After that, the offer decreases. And the fines continue accumulating. She stands. Looks at the lake. My lake. This really is prime property, she says. Almost to herself. Best view on the lake. Perfect for development. She leaves. I sit there for an hour. Not moving. Cameras recording everything. Frank comes over that evening. We review the footage. She admitted it, he says. On camera. That this is about development. About forcing you out. It's not enough. We need her sabotaging the property. Active proof of criminal activity. 72 hours pass. I don't call her. Don't accept the offer. Day 3. My phone rings. Donna, your time is up, she says. The offer stands for 24 more hours. Then it drops to $150,000. I'm still thinking. Think faster. The fines are accumulating. You're at $17,000 now in violations. That number will hit your credit report. Affect your ability to get future mortgages. She hangs up. That night, Frank and I watch the camera feeds. Live. Waiting. 11 p.m. Nothing. Midnight. Nothing. 1 a.m. Nothing. 2:47 a.m. Headlights on my driveway. White pumper truck. No lights. Creeping slowly. Man gets out. Coveralls. I recognize him. One of the workers from the first sewage attack. Donna's brother-in-law. He walks straight to my septic system. Knows exactly where it is. He opens the clean-out valve. Manually. Deliberately. Sewage starts flowing. He watches for 5 minutes. Make sure it's flooding properly. Then he closes the valve partway, leaves it draining slowly. He gets back in the truck, drives away. Frank and I watch in real time, recording everything. "We got her," Frank whispers. Crystal clear footage. Face visible. License plate visible. Deliberate sabotage. We have everything. What now? I ask. Now we destroy her. But who do we call? Police? FBI? How do we make sure this sticks? And what happens when Donna realizes we caught her? I don't call the police. I call a lawyer. Margaret Chun, late 40s, specialist in HOA fraud and property law. She works on contingency for cases like this. Only gets paid if we win. She drives up from the city. Arrives at Frank's house at 9 a.m. We show her everything. The footage. The documents. The witness statements. The financial analysis. She watches the sabotage video 3 times. Doesn't say anything. Just watches. Finally, she looks up. "This is criminal conspiracy," she says. "Fraud. Extortion. Property theft. We're not just suing. We're filing criminal charges. Can we win?" I ask. "Win? We're going to bury her." Margaret makes calls. Lots of calls. State Attorney General. White-collar crime division. Real estate fraud unit. 2 days later, we're sitting in a conference room at the AG's office. 3 prosecutors. 2 investigators. Everyone's watching the sabotage video. "How many properties?" the lead prosecutor asks. 8 confirmed, Margaret says. "Possibly more. We're still investigating." Total fraudulent value? Over $2.3 million. That's conservative. The prosecutor smiles. Not friendly. Predatory. "We're taking this case." The investigation moves fast. Faster than I expected. Subpoenas for HOA records. Bank statements. Property transfers. LLC documents. Email communications. They find everything. Donna's been running this scheme for 5 years. 12 properties total. Not 8. 12. The financial records are damning. Payments to her brother-in-law's pumper company. Payments to the corrupt health inspector. Payments to contractors who caused accidental property damage. It's all there. Every crime. Every victim. Every dollar. Her brother-in-law flips immediately. Offered a plea deal. Takes it without hesitation. His confession is devastating. 8 sabotage jobs. Paid $5,000 each. Detailed instructions from Donna every time. Text messages. Emails. Recorded phone calls where she specified exactly how to damage properties. The health inspector flips too. Admits to taking $2,000 bribes to red tag properties on demand. Names Donna explicitly. The case is airtight. 3 weeks after we file charges, the story breaks. Local news first. HOA president accused of property theft scheme. Then regional news. Then it goes viral. National news picks it up. Cable networks. Online media. Social media explodes. Millionaire HOA tyrant sabotaged homes to steal properties. The story is everywhere. Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. People are outraged. Comments flooding in by the thousands. Donna's face is plastered across every news site. Her business destroyed. Her reputation annihilated. But I'm not celebrating yet. She hasn't been arrested. She's still free. Still dangerous. And wealthy people have ways of escaping justice. What if she runs? What if she beats this somehow? What if the system protects her? Can we actually make her pay for everything she's done? The trial starts 6 months later. Federal courthouse. Packed gallery. Media everywhere. Donna arrives in a black suit. Expensive lawyer beside her. She looks smaller somehow. Older. Her lawyer tries everything. Motions to dismiss. Challenges to evidence. Character witnesses. Claims of misunderstanding. None of it works. The prosecution is relentless. They present the sabotage video. Crystal clear footage of her brother-in-law deliberately opening my septic valve. They present his confession. Detailed. Specific. Implicates Donna completely. They present financial records. 12 victims. $2.3 million in fraudulent profits. They present the development proposal. Proving this was about stealing land for profit. They present testimony from every victim. Thomas, Rebecca, David, 8 others. One by one, they tell their stories. How Donna destroyed their lives. Their homes. Their dreams. Some cry on the stand. Raw. Broken. Still traumatized years later. The jury watches everything. Faces hard. Angry. Donna's defense is weak. Desperate. They claim she didn't know about the sabotage. That her brother-in-law acted alone. that the HOA violations were legitimate. Nobody believes it. The financial records prove she profited. The text messages prove she directed it. The pattern proves she planned it. Closing arguments last 4 hours. The jury deliberates for 90 minutes. 90 minutes to decide 5 years of crimes. We're waiting in the hallway when they come back. Margaret squeezes my hand. This is it. We file back into the courtroom. Jury files in. Judge asks for the verdict. The foreperson stands. On count 1, conspiracy to commit fraud, guilty. On count 2, extortion, guilty. On count 3, criminal property damage, guilty. On count 4, theft by deception, guilty. Guilty. Every single charge. All 37 counts. Donna's face drains of color. Her lawyer grabs her arm to steady her. Sentencing is 3 weeks later. The judge doesn't hold back. This was a calculated, sustained criminal enterprise targeting vulnerable homeowners. You abused your position, violated trust, and destroyed lives for personal profit. 8 years. Federal prison. No parole. Plus full restitution. Every dollar she stole. Every dollar she made. $2.3 million returned to victims. Her assets are seized immediately. The mansion. The LLC properties. The luxury cars. Everything. Her properties are sold at auction. Proceeds divided among victims. The HOA is dissolved. Completely. Every bylaw voided. Every rule erased. We're free. But the civil lawsuit is even better. Margaret sues Donna personally, her LLC, and the HOA for triple damages under RICO statutes. We win $6.7 million. Total. Split among all 12 victims. My share after legal fees? $890,000. I pay off my property. Every violation. Every fine. Every remediation cost. Clear title. Free and clear. The county launches an investigation into HOA formation laws. They find hundreds of predatory HOAs using similar tactics. New legislation passes within a year. The Lakeside Protection Act protects property owners from retroactive HOA enforcement, requires transparency, limits violation fines, gives owners appeal rights. Donna's crimes sparked actual legislative change. 12 families got their homes back. Hundreds more are protected now. I'm standing on my deck, coffee in hand, watching sunrise over my lake. Is this real? Do we actually win? Can I finally breathe? Or is there still more work to do? 6 months after sentencing. Spring returns to the mountains. Ice melts off the lake. Eagles nesting in the pines across the water. My property is restored. Better than before. New deck. Built to MY specifications. No HOA approval needed. No permission required. Firewood stacked proudly beside the house. Solar panels gleaming on the roof. My work truck parked in the driveway where it belongs. This is what freedom looks like. Frank stops by most mornings. We drink coffee. Watch the sunrise. Don't talk much. Some things don't need words. The other victims have moved on. Different paths for different people. Thomas bought back his original property at auction, rebuilding it now with his sons. Rebecca moved to Colorado. Started fresh. Says she needed distance from the memories. David stayed. Fixed his foundation. Says he'll never let anyone push him off his land again. Some sold their properties by choice this time. Got fair market value. Real money. Started over somewhere else. We're building a real community now. Not an HOA. Just neighbors who actually care about each other. We help with projects. Share tools. Watch each other's properties. The way it should be. I get messages constantly. Every single day. People from across the country dealing with predatory HOAs. Asking for advice. Sharing their horror stories. Some are worse than mine. Some are just beginning. All of them are terrified. I help when I can. Connect them with Margaret. Share our evidence-gathering methods. Tell them to document everything. Everything. Photos. Videos. Financial records. Communications. Witness statements. Build the case before you need it. Some have won their fights. Sent me thank you messages that make me cry. They got their homes back. Their lives back. Their freedom back. Others are still fighting. Long legal battles. Draining their savings. I send encouragement. Resources. Hope. I've started dating again. Nice woman named Sarah. Elementary school teacher. Loves hiking. Thinks my story sounds like a movie. You could have walked away, she says one evening. We're on the deck. Sunset painting the mountains gold. I couldn't, I tell her. This is my home. My dream. I wasn't going to let her steal it. Sarah squeezes my hand. Most people would have given up. Most people do give up. That's how people like Donna win. But something still bothers me. Keeps me awake some nights. How many other Donnas are out there? How many other schemes running right now? How many families are suffering in silence, thinking they can't fight back? The Lakeside Protection Act helped, but it only applies to our state. What about the other 49? What about the thousands of predatory HOAs operating legally? Is my fight really over? Or is this just the beginning? 1 year after Donna's sentencing. County council chambers. Packed room. Standing room only. 50 people I don't recognize. They're here because of our story. Because word spread. Because people are tired of being victims. The Lakeside Protection Act is being expanded. Statewide implementation. New provisions added. Stronger protections. Criminal penalties for HOA board members who abuse power. I'm invited to speak. Didn't expect that. I stand at the podium. Look at all these faces. People who drove hours to be here. A year ago, I almost lost everything. I begin. My voice cracks slightly. My home. My savings. My sanity. Because one person decided she was above the law. Because she weaponized rules to destroy people's lives for profit. The room is silent. Everyone listening. But we fought back. We documented everything. We exposed her. And now nobody else has to go through what we did. Applause. People standing. Some crying. An older woman in the front row mouths, "Thank you." The legislation passes unanimously. Every council member votes yes. Stronger protections. Mandatory financial transparency. Independent oversight. Criminal liability for fraud. It's not perfect, but it's progress. After the meeting, a young couple approaches me. Late 20s. Scared. Exhausted. Our HOA is doing the same thing, the woman says. Voice shaking. Impossible violations. Massive fines. We can't afford it. We don't know what to do. Her husband looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. I give them Margaret's number. Frank's number. Names of investigators who helped us. Document everything. I tell them. Every violation notice. Every communication. Every fine. Take photos. Record conversations if it's legal in your state. Build your case. What if we can't win? The husband asks. What if you can? I say. We did. You can too. They leave with hope. Maybe for the first time in months. That night, I'm back on my deck. Stars brilliant overhead. Lake smooth as black glass. My phone buzzes. Email notification. Another person asking for help. Another HOA nightmare. Another family being destroyed. I open my laptop. Start typing. Send them resources. Advice. Encouragement. This isn't about my house anymore. It stopped being about my house months ago. It's about everyone's right to live in peace. To own their home without fear. To not be terrorized by power-hungry tyrants who hide behind bylaws. Donna wanted to break me. Wanted to force me out. Wanted to make me another victim in her scheme. Instead, I broke the system that protected people like her. The legislation is spreading. 3 more states considering similar laws. Based on our case. Our evidence. Our fight. Margaret's firm now specializes in HOA fraud cases. Pro bono work for families who can't afford legal fees. She's won 12 cases in the past year. Frank started a website. HOA Victims Resource Center. Free advice. Document templates. Legal resources. Thousands of visits per month. And me? I'm still here. Still on my property. Still living my dream. Still fighting for people who can't fight for themselves. Because I learned something through all this. Evil wins when good people stay silent. When victims accept defeat. When we let tyrants tell us we're powerless. But we're not powerless. We never were. We just needed to stand up. Document the truth. Refuse to surrender. If you're watching this and dealing with a predatory HOA, don't give up. You can fight back. You can win. And if this story meant something to you, hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs hope. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and whether HOAs are a problem in your area. I read every single one, and your stories matter. They help others realize they're not alone in this fight. Subscribe if you want to see more stories like this. Real stories. Real justice. Real people refusing to be victims. Because this isn't just my victory. It's ours. All of ours.